don't leave crumbs.
Homemade breadcrumbs are going to taste better. You'll save money.
Let's make breadcrumbs.
And she leads the Royal Purple, that's their name, to the national title 2 years in a row in 30 and 31. And this is what truly puts her on the map as a phenomenal athlete nationally.
That's incredible, isn't it, when you think that you could be recruited as you say, a typist, but really there to play the professional sports and, clearly a standout, in that field. How does someone, because she goes on to then, obviously compete at the Olympics and excel on a world stage, in very, very different disciplines. Was there anything, physically or mentally that made her just so versatile, do you think? So it's very rare you see that level of versatility in anything, in any sort of sporting game throughout history, right?
That's an excellent question. If I had to answer the question in one word, my answer would be ferocity. Babe approached sports and winning not as something that she would try to do, but as something that she would do and best anyone before, during, or after herself. It's interesting. She did not receive a lot of coaching, which I think is part of why she participated in so many sports. When we think of athletes now, they're really, a student, an exceptional athlete might be encouraged to play basketball, football, something, obviously football more for men than women in high school. But once talent is identified, the athlete is really encouraged, focus on baseball, focus on track and field. And Babe didn't really have that type of coaching. And so she pursued what interested her. In fact, when she starts playing for the insurance company, after the 2 national basketball championships, they can see that she's clearly bored. And so they come up with an idea as a stunt, actually, which was to have her compete as a one-woman team in Evanston, Illinois, in 1932 for the U.S. Olympic tryouts in track and field. And so in one afternoon, she competes in 10 events and sets world records in 6 of them.
Ridiculous.
And the second place team, the University of Illinois, scores 22 points. And Babe Didrikson scores 30 points. And interestingly, at this point in time, the International Olympic Committee thought that girls' and women's bodies could not stand the stress and strain of elite competition. And so even though she had set 6 world records in an afternoon, she was forced to choose only 3 events in which she would compete in the Olympics. No athlete, female, could compete in more than 3 events. And so she chose the discus, high hurdles, and javelin. And Employees Casualty realized they had lightning in a bottle. And now she's making front page news, including the New York Times. I mean, who wins 2 basketball championships and single-handedly wins the Amateur Athletic Union track and field tryouts for the Olympics and sets 6 world records? So her practice ethic is also legendary, rightly so. As I mentioned before, Babe created a lot of myths about herself, but one thing she did not need to fan the flames of was how she practiced. Her sister Lily recalls Babe practicing driving golf balls. This is when some driving ranges first started to have lights at night, until her palms bled, 200 or 300 balls at a time. And Lily would be there with her and beg her to stop. And Babe said, "I don't like my shot yet." And she'd keep going. And the best Lily could manage was to get Babe to wrap her palms in a kerchief to catch the blood. Her work ethic bordered on unhealthy at times. She pushed herself extremely hard. And part of that can be explained by the fact that very early on, after her success with the basketball championships, she became the primary wage earner for a family of 7. And so for her, winning in sports was not only a satisfaction of being the best, but also the knowledge that she could provide for her extended family.